Hello, I'm Afro Smurf, and if you're wondering, this is my bike. Does it make me an expert? No, it doesn't make me an expert, but it makes me know a little something or two about motorcycles. And well, there's plenty to like. It's the sportiest little sport bike that could sport bike. Literally, it's a 250cc engine. It goes 100 miles an hour, making you look somewhat cool while sitting on it. This is my Kawasaki 250R, and while I've just named a few things that I do like about it, and there's more, I assure you, these are 5 things that I could definitely change about this bike. But the question is, should I spend the money to do it? Or should I just upgrade all of this? Well, me and this Vespa, we'll see you in a second. We're going to tell you 5 things we may or may not like about each other. Now, some of you might be wondering, what is that? Well, if you're a beginner, more or less like me, you would know that this is a quintessential beginner bike. Well, maybe from 5-10 years ago. This I bought for 300 bucks, and well, I absolutely love it. And I absolutely hate it because for one reason or another, there are things that, well, I just don't like. There's no such thing as a perfect bike, and well, this is no exception. Let's be real for a second. For the first week, you're going to feel like Valentino Rossi. You're going to bend over just a little bit more than those other dudes on those Harley type bikes. You're going to tuck in and feel all the wind go literally right over you, and you're going to realize you're only going 60 miles an hour and you're pegged in 5th gear. Ladies and gentlemen, this bike is amazing, but for all of amazing that it is, it has its downsides. First, it's 250 cc's. It's a giant scooter. It's not that fast. If you're 140 pounds like me, you're going to go about 100 miles an hour, maybe 110. If you can go faster than that, then please tell me your secrets. I would like to know. But for me, this is like a giant scooter. Got little tiny wheels, little tiny engine, little tiny everything. But you'll go 100 miles an hour. But get on this bike, and after a week, you're going to understand that you want more. You're going to love the fact that you can do anything and everything on it as far as learning goes. But at the same time, you're going to feel gaslit for power. It's just going to be sitting there as you see Honda Civics and everything else go right by you. Yes. It's called Smurf Gang. It's Smurf Gang. I'll show you. One moment. It's easier if I show you. It's me right there.
I'll subscribe to you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
What-
You'll
what's
be
it
one
about?
of few. I make content about cars and motorcycles mostly.
Oh, thank you. Awesome. All right.
You got a project going on?
I need to build a little skid in the back of my truck.
Ah.
Getting a pressure washer business going, and I need to build something to make it a little easier to work in.
Gotcha. Well, if you need any tools or anything,
Apparently, my girlfriend knows your girlfriend, I think.
I've heard tell of it. Sounds good though. But feel free. Let me know if you need anything. He's harmless. He's just an asshole. For sure. You too. Short from adding a turbo, you can't really do much to this motorcycle. There's no such thing as making this faster than it already is without, one, spending more than I spent on the bike, which was $300, and two, probably turboing it like a Hayabusa and blowing it to all high heaven. Awesome as it sounds, you're not going to have a motorcycle much longer. And that same amount of money, you could have just bought a real bike and or put a down payment on one, and well, saved you a lot of time, headache, and effort. Don't turbo your motorcycle. Leave it stock, get it flashed by a professional, and then ride it till it dies. It's a Japanese bike. What could possibly go wrong? All jokes aside, and speed accordingly, you're going to go about 100 miles an hour sounding like a lawnmower. But at the same time, it's a great place to learn. However, I highly recommend just getting a better bike. But let's say you can't. $300 to $1,000 is all you got. So you got this. Well, what does that mean? You've got yourself a bike that's been passed down like a Honda Civic or like your ex. Trust me, this bike has seen more hands than I can possibly imagine, and definitely has more than its fair share of nicks, that some of which I didn't do. But, ladies and gentlemen, get started on it, get rid of it faster than I ever did. If you keep it for longer than one riding season, I'm impressed. And I'm a little worried. Why didn't you upgrade? Aside from the things that I just mentioned, the lack of torque under 5,000 RPMs is really what's going to get you. You're going to have to stay in the upper RPMs. You're going to have to ride it till it literally falls apart. And it's going to maybe sound like it a time or two, but I promise you, just keep going. But don't forget to use the brakes. Long story short is, this bike has nothing under 5,000 RPMs. So if you get to anything less than 5,000 RPMs, you're getting walked on by anything and everything. This bike is not fast. It does not have a lot of torque. With 30 horsepower and half of that in torque in 2008, this is 2025, and it's seen over 20,000 miles. A lot of things about it don't work, and I couldn't tell you how many miles on it I've put because it stopped at 20,000. And the speedometer and, well, the tack, not the tack, but the mile counter thing that doesn't work. So, like I said, it's been passed around. This bike is she who must not be named. You're not going to want to take her home to mom because she's going to return it to sender. I promise you. So, as I said, this bike will go 80. It will go on the highway. It'll do everything you want to do, but you're not going to pass cars very easily. Semis are going to blow you. As you can see, will probably push you to the next lane before you realize it. So you have to be very careful. Yes. Capable. Also, yes. But just be wary. I wouldn't recommend riding this bike in a or above 100 miles an hour if you can even get it there. But hey, I'm just giving you advice from somebody that's ridden this thing for a whole riding season, looking to get the next bike. What would you recommend? Please comment, subscribe. Let me know what you would ride. If you had to do it all over again, would you get a 250R? Or would you get something different? I'm After Smurf. Peace.